You are offered $12,000 a month to promote a get-rich-quick product. You know many people have lost their money due to this product and continue to do so. Do you promote the product or not? And we will start with the first person on my left, and that is Pete. You have the opportunity to speak or pass.
And you're ready.
All right, let's move to the next person, Tony Banneroo. From not down under.
Toby, ready.
Hello, alright. Yeah, this is a bit more spicy, isn't it? To be fair, if you're being offered 12,000, obviously it depends what situation yourself is in. But if you're in a bad situation where you're struggling for money, you would realise the position you're putting the other people in losing the money, and then they're struggling. And even though it is 12,000, I mean, I suppose if you did take it, you could then probably move the money and do something good with it. Like maybe keep 1,000 a month for yourself, and then use the 11,000 to donate to charity or help who you've just scammed out. I suppose you could do it like that. But personally, no. Making other people's lives hell just so you can lead a cushiony life is just, to me, that's just not right at all.
Perfect, thank you. Jess.
Jace.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't bring myself to do this. I mean, if I was in a situation where, I mean, kind of like we've been talking about, where I really did need the money, like, for survival, I think I would ultimately have to do it, but I'm not in that situation, and it would take a lot to get me to be in a place where I could promote a product that's actively damaging lives. So I'm gonna say definitely not.
Perfect. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Well done.
Yeah, definitely echoing Toby and Jess's same sentiments on this. I think it'd be hard for a lot of people to actually do this no matter how desperate you are. Fortunately, I've never been in a desperate situation where I would even consider doing this, and I hope if I ever find myself in that situation, I even still wouldn't do this. I'd look for any other option, and if I was given no other option, you know, even then, I'd just fold the cards. That is something that I think that we all have a responsibility to, you know, when we're put in a difficult situation, not to push others down just so that we can survive. Yep, those are my thoughts.
Thanks,
Thank you
Waldo.
very much for that. Vincent.
I actually find this one less spicy because I don't have any question as to what I would do. Because I consider every get-rich-quick product a scam, because I don't think there is such a thing in which more than 50% of people would succeed in whatever it is that they're being told to do. Like, even starting a business, there are really great business people that have good ideas, but because of factors outside of their control, like COVID, it doesn't work. So then it becomes more down to luck. So you can't be selling people luck, because then you're not selling them an actual close to any kind of guarantee is what's going to happen. So this is just another form of robbery, where all the people that are paying money into the get-rich-quick scheme, whether it be a pyramid or selling a fraudulent self-help book, that money that they're losing is going into your $12,000 a month.
Got it.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Davio.
Yeah, for me personally, I wouldn't take the money, because even if that is a lot of money, I'm living in a country where we have a really good security net. So even if I was be on my debt and the lowest, I would still have the society backing me up. So all I have in that case is morals, and my moral would say I would never do that to another being.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Zona Tetsumo, if I said that correctly, and please correct me if I said it wrong.
You did.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's sorry about the last question, guys. Just I wasn't sure what was going on, so I didn't join in on that one. But yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I think $12,000 a month to promote, the quick get rich quick scheme. Morally, no, I don't think I could do it. In the grand scale of things, though, how many people are doing it? And even if I knew people that had lost money, if you're in a position where you need to take it, it's such a difficult one to choose. I mean, if you're in that position, do you take it? It's a hard one. But morally, my standpoint is no, I wouldn't do it. But until I'm in that position, I really don't know.
Thank you. Next
Thank
we
you.
have Nana Maskuri.
Nana Muskuri. Interesting. Nana Lataki.
No, it's Nana.
Sorry, one sec. I'm just going through the list. Can't seem to.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
there we
have
go.
a lot of people here.
Sugar Pinks. Right? That's it. Okay, got you.
Okay, so hi.
Hi and
This is my
welcome.
first time here. This is new. Oh, but overall, I think morally this is wrong, but I think if I had to choose, I think I would for a month or two just to pay off my student loans and then stop, because it's like I feel like many people have done this. Like a lot of people get scammed, you learn, and you move on. So if you're dumb enough to fall for the scam and do it, then so then as much as okay, the thing is that they're not saying a get rich product. So what do you mean by get rich product? Like, are you talking about like skincare, hair care? What type of product are you talking about? Is also
It's open for perception. It's open in the sense of how you perceive it.
okay, so in the sense that it's a okay product, then I wouldn't mind, but because maybe it's people losing their money is like an investment that they lost. So yeah, I guess overall I wouldn't do in the long run, only to like right now I need money for school, so I would probably do that for a few months and then not do it anymore.
All right.
Because that is really...
Thank you.
A get rich quick product is normally a product that you sell to others, or you sell them the dream that they can make a lot of money. So it is normally an investment strategy or an automated strategy, or let's
Pyramid.
think. A pyramid scheme, yes, where they tell you that they guarantee you a certain percentage a month just by putting in money, when you're actually making money off other people putting money into their pyramid scheme. Or a Ponzi scheme, as Bernie Madoff did so well. So, but a get rich quick is basically where somebody is, you're selling the dream where they can make money falsely. Let's go to... All right, blah, blah. I assume you don't want to talk, so just raise your hand. Same with Terminator. But, so just raise your hand. Let's go to Goldie Dynamite, Ali. We have Goldie Dynamite. Let me help you there.
And you've got the megaphone.
Thank you, guys. But yeah, for the question, would I do it? Absolutely not. I mean, I've had really bad lows, and I know that even just the 12,000, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I'm thinking about the people that I affected in the long run. So the 12,000 a month wouldn't be enough for me to have a good conscience to sleep at night. So I wouldn't do it.
All
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Earthball.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you. We came in late. I don't know what was the.
So
What was the topic?
the dilemmas behind you, the topic is to promote or not to promote. In fact, it's the first moral dilemma, which doesn't entirely have legal implications. So normally we have like legal implications with the moral dilemma, but I wanted to challenge myself today where it is legal and moral. But I'd like to hear what Sam has to say if this is a moral dilemma. So you can see the question here is you are offered $12,000 a month to promote a get-rich-quick product. You know many people have lost their money due to this product and continue to do so. Do you promote the product or not?
I like that money. I like that money. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I work in the advertising world myself in a facet of it. And in my part of the projects, I don't have a say in that. I just, I'll give you a voice. I'll sell it for you. But I don't have any real say in what the product does or this and that most of the time. Anyway, with this, man, it's tough. But money sounds good. I'm needing money right now, so I'm going that way. I'd do it.
All right.
Right. Thank you.
Yellow
Majesty.
Majesty.
Yeah. So I've been sitting here listening to all these great answers, well thought answers, highly morally correct answers. Well, with the exception of yours, of course, but it was refreshing to hear about that. It's always nice to hear about honesty. So I'm trying to come up with a creative answer here, but I'm failing miserably with doing that. So I have two answers. The first one is from a moral perspective. When I say moral perspective, by the way, there are many different ways of understanding a moral issue from an ethical perspective, or multiple ethical perspectives. And as the previous speaker said here, by the way, I didn't mean that your answer was immoral, but it was refreshing. So you can, any kind of ethical decision you make is essentially individual. So morals are your own morals. You cannot decide what is good or bad for anyone else. If you're in a tough position and need this money, it's very difficult to say that I was doing the wrong decision because I was doing it in order to survive. Perhaps I'm in that situation. Personally, I'm not. I live in Sweden. Even if I was poor, I would never starve to death. And as a matter of fact, I wouldn't need these $12,000 on the basis of a scam. So with that said, I wouldn't do this. But the second answer is, from a moral perspective, now if we go into the domain of ethics and we've looked at this scenario from a hedonistic perspective, hedonism, as you know, is the pursuit of pleasure. So if I was only interested in pleasure and didn't give a damn about any other person's well-being, I would definitely do it. Why not? If that was my morals, but it isn't, so I wouldn't do it.
Perfect. Thank you for your insight. Now that was refreshing. Mark.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So look at the way the question is worded. It says many people have lost their money due to this product. Okay. So some people are actually doing okay with this and continue to do so. It's not that everyone's losing their money. And I mean, $12,000 you know, I'm not going to be losing money. So yeah, this is a no-brainer for me. Take the cash. Some people are getting rich, which is great, fantastic. But look, if you say the get-rich-quick product was, say, one of these slot machines, and you were installing it into a high-rolling casino where the minimum entry was, say, you had to have $1 million in the bank. You know, a slot machine is a get-rich product. It's not a Ponzi scheme, but it is something that you can potentially win lots of money on. Generally, you lose. People still play them. If this is reworded as, do you want to go around installing slot machines into high-rolling casinos? Yeah, I get 12,000 a month. People go and take their risks. Fantastic. So for me, no-brainer. Take the cash. No problems with my conscience at all. And maybe that you maybe make me sound like morally bankrupt, but I think it's the wording that makes you want to say, you know, someone over here was saying about damaging people. That's not implied here, although you could be led to that way of thinking because of the way this is worded. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Norway Dylan.
My answer would be no way, hell no. And the funny thing is that if you go on certain online forums, you see ads like this, and often if it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. And also you might end up being complicit in something criminal, and you would be ruining people's lives, because very often the people that go for these scams are people that are disabled, don't actually have a lot of resources. And there's no guarantee that the company that promises the $12,000 might actually give you that. And there are a lot of companies like this advertising things online.
Thank you, Norway.
Right, thank you.
Kane, Ethan.
Hey. Not really much I can go on, I guess. From my personal experience, I've had a job where you have to go to people in the street, and it's working for a charity. And it was very kind of scammy, because on the street you'd have to ask them for their bank details, and you'd be taking, I live in the UK, so it'd be pounds, we'd take £20 a month. And I felt very uncomfortable doing it. I thought I could do it, and I think I lasted in a job about a week, and I ended up getting no sales because I felt too uncomfortable with it. So I know I couldn't do this kind of job, just because I've had a similar experience, and it's just very uncomfortable to me. It's very cringy in a way. But someone brought up a comment earlier that I found interesting. It was, sorry, just get your name. Mark spoke about how it says on the board, you know, many people have lost their money. And then he took in the idea, well, we know that many people have lost their money, so some are getting rich. But the idea that it says on the board, many people have.
Okay, I think we lost you there.
Ooh, we lost you there. Can we just go before we go to Dr. Sam, Ali? I just want to go to a commercial break.
Sure.
So, guys, I can see there's a lot of new people on Old Space, and if you enjoyed the moral dilemma so far, then please can you go to our Facebook group, VR Digital Citizens, on Instagram and Facebook, and also Oh My Brains, so that we can send you reminders and also an idea of what the topic will be for the event. All right, it's super important to know a topic beforehand, because I think you can think more clearly and know what to expect when it comes to having a discussion. Also, we have the, I gotta remember this now. So we have the Greek mythology event on Sundays, where Ali and I will read to you in English and Greek, both Greek mythology stories. Monday, we have the social dilemma, where it's everyday type of discussions on what you would do in a normal day basis. Pretty much, it's the same time, different day, so on Monday. And then on Thursday, you don't want to miss this, we have Oh My Brains, which is a 1 hour live discussion on science, philosophy, psychology, spirituality questions. It is so awesome at the moment, because we are talking about 15 ways VR will shape the world, and we only managed to get through 2 yesterday, so you haven't missed on much, and you can join us on Thursdays. So make sure you join us, VR Digital Citizens. And then I want to ask a question. Ali, would you like to do the honors and share your new event that's coming up on Sunday?
Yes, I have a new project starting on Sunday and it's called Awakened Awareness. So basically what it's all about, it's making our lives more aware of everyday situations and how they impact us with the intention of manifesting better situations in the future. It will be very interesting.
Oh, we lost Ali?
Yes, I think my sound is playing up.
Okay.
I don't know if you can still hear me
yeah,
now.
I can hear you now. Carry on.
Yeah, so I'm going to just repeat it. So my event on Sunday is it's called Awakened Awareness. It is about expanding our awareness in our everyday life and how it impacts us in different situations and how we can manifest better situations in our lives as well. So yes, it will be really interesting. Sunday, same time.
And would you like to tell the format of the event?
I will ask a question, we will discuss it similar to this, and I will be planting seeds. Food for thought. Very interesting.
How awesome is that?
Thank you.
Another event, and it's also going to be recorded and streamed on Facebook. And don't mind me, Ali, but this is what it looks like.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
And there it is. So that's the new event happening on Sundays. It's going to be awesome. Let's go back to the moral dilemma. Dr. Sam.
Timon, yes. I think everybody has sort of summed up the various scenarios. So, I mean, the first question I would ask myself, is this legal or illegal? So, if it is a Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme, that's illegal. Bonnie Madoff managed to steal $65 billion from people, and his reward, apart from the financial reward he got, is he's in jail for life. So, if it was illegal, I would definitely not even consider it. If it is legal, and it isn't a Ponzi scheme, and it isn't a pyramid scheme, because those are always illegal, but is a product where you need a certain amount of entrepreneurship, a certain amount of intelligence. Say, for example, it's a franchise product, and the people that have lost their money is because they just didn't have the capabilities, and that's life. 90% of new business ventures fail because people lacked entrepreneurship, but the product might have been good. Nowhere here does it say that the product is bad. It just says that it's a get-rich-quick product, and there are a number of products where you can get rich. Bitcoin, for example, was a get-rich product, so I would go for it.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Sam. Before we go to Ali, I would like to hear from a lady that often attends our events, and always I enjoy hearing her insights. And that lady is, let's see, Kristen.
Kristen.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I've listened to what everybody has said, and I really liked what Mark said and what Dr. Sam said. This is obviously not as black and white as a yes or no. I'd have to really consider whether this is a legal avenue, and if it wasn't a legal avenue, like if it was illegal, then obviously the answer is no, I'm not going to break the law. If it's like, like a little shady, but it's something that, like, corporate America usually does anyway, and now I'm being offered $12,000 a month, I feel like that's a lot of money. It's life-changing money, and not everybody, like he said, has lost. There could be plenty of people that have gained. So I think I would feel a little bit bad, but I mean, you know, I also can't lie. 12,000 a month is pretty life changing. So I think I would do it as long as it stayed within the legalities of, you know, where we are. And as far as moral or immoral, I think a lot can be said about, you know, what a lot of people do already to make money off of other people's things. And, you know, it's what's that saying? If you can't beat them, join them type.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Kristen. Ali, what would you do? You there, Ali? All right. Let's go to... so now I want you guys to raise your hand so we can hear your thoughts. But let's go to DJ Jones because we haven't heard from him yet. Hello, DJ Jones.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is actually my first event. I just came just a few minutes ago, so hello. After reading about this, what it says is it's not all people that have lost their money. It just says many. So there has been some people that have actually got the money. So that means you just got to have the brains to actually believe this, and you've got to have the brains to actually invest in this product. So basically, it doesn't actually say it's 100% or something like that you're not getting it. So it's not a scam, and it shouldn't, and it's not really illegal. And I will put to Dr. Sam's quote on Bitcoin. It's just a gamble, pretty much. You're gonna get it or not.
All right. Awesome.
So yeah.
Thanks, DJ Jones. Ali, what would you do?
Gosh, I missed out on the juice. Well, I've been in a company that was similar in the past. It was upon moving to the country that I'm in, and language-wise, let's just say it was a bit difficult for me. Anyway, so the way they presented what I was doing with what they were actually doing, when I realized what I was actually doing, I decided to leave short after. They were busy scamming people, and from a moral sense and integrity, I left, and I would probably do the same. However, Dr. Sam brought up a very important point. If it was something like Bitcoin, where it wasn't a scam and it was an actual product, I would definitely reconsider and probably follow through.
All right.
And support it even.
Thank you.
What about you?
I have been in this situation before. So I'm in the trading and investment industry. I've been for the last 19 years. And sorry. And once every 10 years, it seems like, because this has happened twice in my life, someone comes up to me and says they offer a substantial amount to promote a product and do videos and to sell these type of get-rich-quick products. And before I just shut them off, I listen to them, I ask them questions. You know, you've got to get into their minds as to how is this working, where is the money coming from. And on average, I've been offered $17,000 a month. So this is a personal experience. And like instantly, I first think pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. And the Ponzi scheme, so let me just answer this to Mark and DJ Jones. And that is that when some people make money, but most of them lose. Ponzi schemes work that when people are invest money at the bottom of the pyramid and they expect 10% per month or so, the person above that is putting money into the Ponzi scheme is going to be getting the money from the person above. And if you go through the Ponzi scheme, you will see that most of the people will not get any money, and the ones at the beginning of the pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, pretty much the same thing, will get very, very rich. So Bernie Madoff did make many people rich, millionaires, some billionaires, but the majority, and we're talking about millions of people, lost their money. So this situation where they offered me $17,000. Was basically in the investment world of them putting money into a trading account or into a trading portfolio, and then they take a percentage of that portfolio into their own banks, and basically the money that they put into the trader's bank is coming from debt that the banks are providing money on a monthly basis. And basically it's a gamble between whether the market's making money or not. So they're actually having money that they're never going to get back. This happens so often, and their trading accounts get blown into smithereens. They don't get any money at the end. They try to withdraw and you just hear issues. Now this happens yearly, okay? And I've been in a situation where they've offered me $17,000. First thing, they're in jail today, so glad I didn't take that opportunity. And the second thing is that I have my pride and integrity, and I have my business, knowing that I didn't relate my name to that shady business. So there are a lot of different aspects. First thing is jail. Second thing is I didn't cause, I can live with myself. I didn't cause anybody losing their money. The third thing is the name, pride. I would never consider this. Even if I was very poor, I understand this so well that you will be destroying lives in that situation, or in my experience. So that's it. So now I want you to raise your hand. Feel free to speak your thoughts, and we'll start with Yellow Majesty.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, when you were talking about your own experience, Timon, I was thinking about one of my own experiences as an artist and musician. Two things which I would like to share. First of all, this very plots that many people organize and conduct on the behalf of other people's well-being and destroy them because they want to become rich is situated in many, many areas of everyday life, I think. One area has to be in the music industry. So the record companies are experts in planting debts among artists in order to make them rich, in quotation marks, and famous. I once got a record deal, I turned down, but I was 2 inches from accepting the deal because I thought that would actually boost my music career and I could stop working in academia, which I do for a living. But if I would have accepted their offer, I would be still in debt, and this was pretty much 5 years ago. So what they do is that they offer you a great amount of money to go into the studio and make a record, and then they promote all your record and your music, and they have all the connections, and on top of that they will give you merch and all of these kind of can deal manifested things with artists love, because they want to become famous and be in the center of the goddamn universe. As a consequence, they will put you in debt for the rest of your life, so you will become their slave. You must produce record after record after record until you actually have paid the initial debt. And what the debt is, that they will give you more than $12,000 a month. They will give you a summary price or summary offer for like $250,000 or something like that. But that's only because they know how much of that money goes back into their own business. So that's their strategy in order to lure people. The second thing I just wanted to say is that this, I think this psychology which is built in these kind of schemes is very fascinating, especially when you look into social media exposure and how people become famous, so to speak, without even making a dime out of it. So we have lots of people on Instagram that are famous musicians without having any original product at all. And outside of social media, no soul, no name at all. No one has heard them. No one knows their music. Nobody gives a shit about them because they only exist within that echo chamber. And those people all have followers on the basis of fake accounts. And those people that are providing these fake accounts are the ones that are making lots of money on the behalf of the artists that just want exposure and become famous. It's crazy, I tell you, but it's quite funny when you think about it.
Yeah, I have to also mention Yellow Majesty, and that is, talent is one thing where you can be really talented, but I think the most important thing is to find the balance between the marketing within the industry. And a lot of incredibly talented musicians know how to play the music, but they have no idea how to do business. And I feel like that is the biggest issue between it, is that they need to learn how to balance between marketing, entrepreneurship, how to get it out there. Because even these people on TikTok who are now becoming famous for singing, they have no idea what they're doing, but because they have so many followers, they're literally just making money off TikTok. And they don't even know it. The creative fund or whatever they call it. But I think all this talent, there needs to be more entrepreneurship. Vincent, you're next.
So we've heard a lot of different answers, and I think the thing that has to be standardized so that we're all answering the same question is what a get-rich-quick product is. Because, like Mark took it to me like it could be a slot machine. Every time I see get-rich-quick product, I immediately think scam. Either it's a financial pyramid scam like Timon covered with Ponzi schemes, or it's say a get-rich-quick book where it says if you follow all these things, you will be rich quick. And that's the most important distinction. Like, there are plenty of good books out there that will give you tips on like how to invest in the market, but if they say if you follow these then you will get rich quick, then I consider that a scam, because as I said before, I don't think there is such a thing as some like set of rules and guidelines that you can follow that more than 50% of the people that follow it will get out rich, or even significantly more successful than they were when they started. So that's what I'm thinking when I look at this, that you're being offered $12,000 a month to promote a scam, which either makes you a direct scammer, or you could argue that you're just indirectly profiting from other people's scams. So I don't see like this could be possibly referring to something innocent like gambling, because people understand that gambling is not a guarantee, although there is some room for saying like the lottery is shown that it's mostly poor people that can afford to lose the least that are giving the most money to state lotteries. So I think we should standardize that so we can get everyone on the same question.
Yeah. No, those are valid points. I'll definitely consider that in the future. I mean, I would have never thought about selling slot machines where people are losing money as a get-rich-quick product, which technically is true, but I'll definitely consider those points in the future. Let's go to Norway, Dylan.
I think it's funny that a lot of people mention Bitcoin, because I've always looked at Bitcoin as a currency like the US dollar or the euro, or you could even say, some people might even say Apple stock or Google stock, FANG stocks. But if I was going to think of something that's more Ponzi-esque or get rich quick, I would actually think of a state pension scheme or insurance, because there's a lot of young people working that think they're going to get as much pension as their parents, and that's just not going to happen. And when you have a lot of insurances, whether it's theft, they come up with all these preconditions, and they ask, well, did you leave the door open? Is that why you got robbed? Oh, your husband died. Well, did they eat a lot of cheeseburgers? So I look at it that way.
Thank you.
Some good points there too.
Yeah. All right. So if anyone else has anything to say, please raise your hand. I mean, we have gone 9 minutes over the session, but we would like to thank you for joining us today. And make sure you join us at all the other events you can see across the room. But remember to join VR Digital Citizen. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be taking toggle mute off. And you can stick around, you know, have a discussion. And if you want a nice Greek experience, then on the top right, you can go to the Greek Taverna inside the portal, the blue portal. Ali will show you where it is. But thank you for joining, everybody. I am out of here, and we will see you at the Social Dilemma and all the other events. Thanks a lot.